Okay, we're back checking out more of the Arknight lore with Terra Historian. This is the part 2, and if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. So let's go and find out more in this world of Arknights, man. I absolutely loved the trailers we saw yesterday. Definitely need to figure out what's going on in the world, though. Let's go.
Back to Terra Historian, part 2. I guess this will be where we shall be looking at the known races and threats on Terra in the Arknights universe. If you haven't seen part 1, then do check out our first video. Anyway, let's begin with the races, then threats. There are many beautiful, interesting, and marvelous races on Terra. However, it is important to make it clear that all races have differences. Some races are younger than others, some enjoy conflicts and wars, others want peace, or to make an impact on the world. But interestingly,
so they're all different.
A vast majority of races aren't even native to Terra. These races can be categorized as Ancients and Elders races, while other races with Tzak heritage are the native races. To make this easier, we shall break down the races in selections: Ancients, Elders, Tzak, and others. An interesting question that normally comes up within Arknights lore is, can an individual have a child with someone from a different race? If so, what race would that child be?
Mixed breeds.
If two people from different races do have a child, they will either be one or the other race. A 50-50, let's say, of what their child would be. An example would be, if a feline or a Libri had a child, it would be either a feline or a Libri. It can't be a mixture of the two.
Interesting.
However, they will take traits of their parents, either hair color, eye color, for example. Ancient races are the largest category for races. They are also one of the two categories of races that aren't native to Terra. Our first race we shall speak about is the Aegir, based on aquatic creatures. This race comes from the nation of Aegir. Others can be found on the mainland, such as Iberia or Higashi. The Aegir, though, are somewhat strangers to the races of the land. Aegir also have been in a long conflict with the Seaborn, a background threat that threatens to simulate the rest of the world, though it seems that the Aegir are one of the reasons for the Seaborn to be pushed that way. A tale for another time. One outstanding thing about the Aegir is that they are unbelievably arrogant and stuck up. Since the Aegir have more advanced technology compared to any of the races on the land,
makes sense.
They tend to look down on them and see themselves as superior. Probably one of the
like the Sari from Mass Effect, got it.
Most popular and populated race is the felines. This race is based on cats and can be mainly found in Victoria. However, they can still be found all over Terra. There are overall 39 operators in Arknights that are playable who are felines.
How many in total?
Aslans are thought to be a separate race to felines. However, this is not true. Aslans are felines that have self-appointed themselves to a more nobility race. However, they still do rule Sargon with power and eventually moving to Victoria and now fighting over the throne there against the Dracos. The Vori are based on wyverns or lesser dragons. This race can be found around in Sargon, where they potentially originated from and have ventured to Victoria. The Vori are known to have higher physical strength and endurance than most other races. Alephia, the race with deer-like traits. This race can mainly be found in Lefania, but also in the far north in Sami. You can find other Alephia in Victoria and Yan. There is also a potential subrace of Alephia that are based with traits from giraffes.
Giraffes?
With equine traits and
them.
Features, Kuranta are based on horses and even zebras.
Horses?
Kurantas are known to be born with fast running and stamina. A vast majority of Kurantas are born in Casimir, the land of the Knights, and Kurantas currently the only known race to have two elder race siblings, which we will get on to later. Lupo, the Wolves of Terra. This race is mainly found within Syracusa, but also can be found in other places such as Sargon and Victoria. Horn's family came from Sargon and ended up in Victoria. Liabri.
Do the wolf boys and the cat girls get along in this verse? Something tells me they don't.
the second highest most operators in Arknights,
The
of
second most,
35
35.
operators. Liabri are based on birds.
How many
Most
operators
Liabri
in this game?
can be found in Colombia, Iberia, and a few in Laterano. Volpo, having similar traits to Lupo, and sometimes confused with Lupo, this race is actually based on foxes. Volpo can be found in
A lot of animals in this
Siracusa,
game.
Colombia.
This is the
and
furry game,
some
ain't it?
Archosauria, having traits from crocodilians. They also
Reptilians
have
too?
similar pointy ears
Oh,
to
man.
others, like Sarkaz and Vivori.
I already know the rule. Nah, you know, I'm not gonna talk about it.
From what we do know,
I already know it's
majority
fire.
of the males
Just
are
drop it into
anthropomorphic,
Discord.
while females aren't.
Ah.
This could be a case of sexual dimorphism. This race comes
Sure.
from Sargon. Anura, a race based on frogs. This race came from Sargon. Across some parts of Terra, including Iberia, where they are treated roughly and used as experiments.
Oh man.
We only know of one Anura, and that is Blue Poison, who is
Blue
based on the Blue
Poison.
Poison dart frog.
Oh, don't lick
A
her.
race we don't know much about is the Manticore, and despite being
Manticore?
based on a mythical creature, this race can be found in small parts of Sargon
I want to
and
hang out with that one the
are
most.
rare, or they just want to keep away from other races.
Understandable.
Caprinae, one of the common races found in Lafania. The Caprinae have traits from goats and sheep. Cultus, the rabbit and the hare race, mainly found and born in Rambiliton. Cerato is based on rhinos, with the classic rhino-like horn on their forehead.
No photos?
We know of one Cerato,
Oh.
and that is Bubbles.
Bubbles.
If felines
Adorable.
are the cat people of Terra, then the Pero are the dog people of Terra. This race can be found in Bolivar.
Do they have different type of dogs? They got like Rottweilers and German Shepherds and Great Danes and all that stuff. I hope so.
Petram are similar to Anura. There is currently one known character in the game, but
I hope I didn't
Petram
scare you.
are based on tortoises and turtles. Not much is known about this race, other than there are small Petram settlements around Terra that house excellent or great craftsmen.
Do they also age like turtles where they live like thousands of years?
However, we do know more about the next race, which is the Pythia, based on serpents and having snake-like tails and pointy ears to other races. Pythia, like snakes of the real world, have acute and delicate senses. Pythia are rare or at least uncommon race. Despite this, they can be found all over Terra. The Forte race have traits from bovines and camelids.
Oh,
The
nice.
Forte are the main
cow-
inhabitants
the cowgirls.
of Minos,
Hold on.
bovines and camelids.
Where the jugs
The
at?
Forte are the main inhabitants
Where the
of
milks?
Minos.
Where's the milk?
Pelosa, another race that only has
Uh.
one known character. This race is based on sloths. And
Sloth?
that's all.
Bro, literally my favorite animals. Oh my gosh. So she's slow. She just be hanging around and she climbs trees. And then she goes to the bottom of the trees to take a shit. And then climbs back up before a predator eats them. I love sloths. They're
We
my
know
favorite
about
animal.
Anate are a race based on otters, weasels, and raccoons.
Oh, pretty cool.
Rubber are based on hyenas.
Oh,
Nothing much is known.
they have a
other
laugh
than
too?
They come from Sargon. Savara are a race based on lizards and some amphibians like salamanders.
Salamanders.
The land of
Ooh.
Ursus, like we
Pandas.
mentioned, was named after this bear-like race called the Ursus. The Zalak are based on rodents including rats, mice, and squirrels.
Ah, we saw her
Zalaks
in the trailer.
can also be found all over Terra and known to have acute senses. Hailing from beyond Terra, the Elder races.
So far, I'm impressed with the character designs and the world building. It's not just cat girls. We got dog boys, giraffe boys. We got lizard girls, sloth girls. This is pretty cool. But I really want to know, do the turtles last like 1,000 years? That's really cool if it does. Like, how similar are they with the actual animals in the real world? Let me know in the comments below.
Once mighty rulers who overshadowed their ancient brethren in power held dominion over the nations.
Oh,
However, their numbers have dwindled, leaving only a handful of nations under their rule. Their forms bear resemblance to mythical creatures of our own world.
okay.
Draco, with traits Based on European dragons in mythology, they are famous for their racial gift over fire manipulation. But they also have increased vitality and strength. Dracos became rulers of Victoria and Terra, a piece of land that became a part of Victoria, eventually getting in conflict with the self-appointed Aslans over the throne. Over the years, the Dracos have become rarer and potentially extinct.
Damn.
We only know of 3 Dracos in Arknights: Reed, her sister Eblana, and Tallulah. Hippogriff Libri. This elder race of Libri is based on hippogriffs in mythology.
What is a hippogriff?
And once ruled over the nation that is now called Ursus. However, like we mentioned previously, this race
I've actually
failed
never heard of a hippogriff
to protect their land, and the Ursus rebelled. While they already are dethroned, they have kept their nobility status and known to have longer lifespans. Kitsune. This elder race, based on the nine-tailed fox, are found in Higashi. They are said to be religious leaders and have some sort of connection to the founding of the nation. Kukulkan, based on the Mayan-plumed serpent, and an elder race. However,
wait, Kukulkan, that's the serpent from hold on, I got it. It's damn, what is it? Mayan. This is the Mayan mythology. That's crazy. I did not expect that to be in here, bro. That's crazy. Hey, W, hit the like button. I know some stuff, bro. Shout out to Smite. One of the greatest moments.
Based on the Mayan-plumed serpent and an elder race. However, after the loss of their abilities, now they practice an odd ritual, which reduced their lifespan greatly, but gain the collective memory of their ancestors. One thing about this race is that we don't know if they are categorized as an elder Pythia or an elder Libri. Kylan, based on the Qilin, a mythical beast from China, is an elder race found in Yan. Not much is known about
heard
them.
of this one.
Leishi is the only known member of this race so far. While Dracos are the dragons of the West, the Lungs are the
dragon of the West. Shout out to Uncle Iroh, the dragon of the West. Let's go.
Lungs are found in Yan, and one of the main ruling races of Yan. The Emperor is a Lung, and the ruling family of Lungs are often known as the True Lung. Chen's uncle Wei is, in fact, the older twin brother of the Emperor of Yan.
My older twin brother.
Kuranta, one of the 2 Kuranta elder races. This elder race of Kuranta once struck fear into the people's hearts of Terra, and led a conquest across Terra. From
that looks beast.
Of Terra to Sargon and then back to the north.
Look like they about to throw down.
They are hardly seen again.
Damn.
However,
that war
there are
had to go
small
crazy.
clans around in the north, potentially, and in Sargon. Nightmaresa are based on folklore called the Nightmare or the Mare, which is seen in Dutch, German, Norse, and English folklores and stories. The Nightmaresa are known to have a racial gift to use illusion arts. Despite this, they seem to have a sense and culture over honor and glory.
Let's go.
Pegasus Kuranta is one of the races that stood up against their sibling race of the Nightmaresa and protected their homeland Casimir. Pegasus Kuranta are based on the mythological creature, the Pegasus. Pegasus Kuranta still hold strong respect and force within their land, but slowly their authority has dwindled over time after holding back the Nightmaresa. This elder race is famous for its control over light and illumination art. Pegasus Kuranta also seem to share a same trait of light-coloured hair, such as white, blonde, and gold. Other potential elder races we may have are an elder race of Rabar, the Tula family, another elder race of Kuranta, the Unicorn
that horn is
Kuranta,
crazy.
an elder race of Pero, the Cerberus Pero. The Tizak are one of the native races of Terra. Eventually, they took the name the Sarkaz after losing their home in a war against the foreign races. However, there are many different Sarkaz subraces as well as sibling races, which we shall get into now.
Cool.
The normal Sarkaz are known as Sarkaz. Unlike their ancient Sarkaz subraces, normal Sarkaz are often seen as mixed-blood Sarkaz, or not pure-blooded as they were back in ancient Terra.
Halflings.
Banshee Sarkaz are unique, as they are a majority an all-female matriarchy subrace of Sarkaz.
Interesting.
However, there are male Banshee Sarkaz. but
Oh.
they are rare. We only know of one male Banshee, and that is Logos, who happens to be the heir to
Look
the
like
Banshee
Noctis.
Sarkaz throne. Banshee Sarkaz have a manipulation of vocal and sound arts, and a connection with death, often seen as
Death.
the guardians of the dead.
Oh.
Cyclops Sarkaz live in the northern nation on Terra, Sami. Here they live away from their violent relatives. Cyclopses moved to Sami after the Cyclops Lord of Fiends was murdered by other Sarkaz. Cyclopses have the ability to see into the future, or have visions to see what may come.
So that's
It is
supposed
said
to be
that
their
these
one
visions
eye.
can be pretty
Cool.
accurate.
Their one eye is their third eye.
Cyclopses are one of the two Sarkaz subraces that deal with the dangers of the Collapsals. Damasty isn't an entire subrace, but an ancient Sarkaz with the ability to shapeshift and multiply itself into more individuals.
Creepy.
Diablo Sarkaz are said to be one of the most powerful Sarkaz subraces, with the ability of strong fire arts. However, this subrace is said to be extinct. With few pieces of Diablo shards left, one shard
Diablo!
was fused with Ifrit, a Suvra,
Ifrit.
now merged with such a shard, giving her traits and abilities of the fiery ancient
Oh, is that a
subrace.
Winchester?
We recently found out about Jarl Sarkaz, and sometimes they're known as Heart Whipper or Mind Sarkaz. Jarl Sarkaz have a unique art, which is to do with hearts, mind, and emotions. Similar to their vampire relatives, they have to control their hunger, but for emotions instead of blood. Unlike vampires, however, they do have more control or found other ways to get over this. A vast majority of Jarl don't even live in Kazdel. This is because Jarl are very sensitive to emotions, especially negative ones.
Ooh.
The leader of the Jarl is known as the Archliar. Currently, we don't know if they have an Archliar at this moment. We currently know of two Jarl, Nymph and her sister working as Rhode Island's HR director, who is clouded in mystery.
HR.
Gargoyles, said to be one of the most ancient of all Sarkaz subraces. This subrace of Sarkaz has control
damn.
over soil,
That's a big
stone
boy.
and earth, often called the children of the soil and the stone. They have earth arts manipulation, and even said to have conversations or talks with the earth and the soil.
Hippies.
Unlike the rest of the Sarkaz subraces, the Goliath Sarkaz aren't part of the royal Kazdel court, and are known if they have a leader or not. But majority of the Sarkaz enemies we do see are apparently Goliaths. Liches are the bookworms of the Sarkaz,
Liches,
and
ooh.
very powerful bookworms at that, with the ability to manipulate space and dimensions to a vast degree. Ermengarde, the cute lich that everyone loves, once said that she could transport the entirety of Lefania if she wanted to.
Really?
Is that a bluff or not? We don't know.
What a feat.
But, if true, an amazing feat. Not only do they have space control arts, but they are also completely immortal.
Space control
unlike their
and
other
immortal?
fantasy counterparts.
Pretty OP.
They store their souls or life in a phylactery. Revenants are a spirit soul-like race of
Revenants.
Sarkaz.
Ooh,
This subrace
robots.
isn't technically born, but more created, as the Sarkaz will put their body and soul in the soul furnaces of Kazdel. They can inhabit objects. Nazira are based on ghouls. This subrace of Sarkaz are one of the physically strongest ones on Terra. One of the reasons for their strength comes from their deep cultural aspects of cannibalism and eating their enemies.
Cannibalism.
In return, they gain
Oh,
increased
hell.
strength and power, as well as the memories and abilities of those that they have ate.
Burn them with fire.
The stronger Nazira often let the weaker ones take a bite out of their body, so they basically gain power-ups. Nazira King happens to be one of the oldest characters in-game, is around 7,000 years old, potentially older, as he was around with the first
Grandpa.
Sarkaz. He is often known as the War Incarnate, due to the Nazira becoming far more powerful in wars, due to eating the bodies and powering themselves up.
It's crazy.
Like the vampire myths of our world, vampire Sarkaz are bloodsuckers. They feed on blood as well as strong blood arts manipulation. Similar to the Nazira, they have an ability to empower others with blood blessings.
Blood blessings.
Vampire Sarkaz have a thirst for blood, which is a hunger they have to control, making them very fearful, even to other Sarkaz. The
This world is
Wendigos are a
so
subrace of
strange.
Sarkas that are tall
In a
and have
cool
an
way.
exposed skull, thus they wear a mask.
Wendigos. Oh,
Fortunately,
that's
there are
dope.
no longer any pureblood Wendigo left on Terra,
Damn.
with the last one being Patriot. However, there are still Wendigo Sarkas in the north of Ursus, led by the Wendigo King fighting the threat of the
Wendigo
Collapsals.
King.
Just like the Nazira, the Wendigo are one of the physically strongest and have cannibalism deep in their culture.
Yikes.
We would have to see if there are more Sarkaz subraces in the future. Now, we move on to Sarkaz sibling races. First being the Anasa. This race separated from the Sarkaz and moved to Yan.
Man, so far, I'm impressed with this world building. The having the normal animals be anthropomorphized as humans is one thing, but to also go into these ancient different cultures just in general for these more mythical beings, these mythical races, that's really cool, man. Shout out to the Arknights developers.
Distancing themselves
Very cool.
from more wars and difficult relatives, while they kept some Sarkaz culture, overall their culture has changed. While we still don't know much about them, they do live in the wilds of Yan in tribes. Oni, a group of Sarkaz that broke away from Kazdel after the Sarkaz
Demons.
Lord of Fiends Kolum was killed. They moved to where Higashi is now and became the Oni, resembling some parts of the Sarkaz such as horns, but much more muscular. Sancta. Despite their angelic appearance, this race belongs to the Sarkaz family. However, unlike the Anasa or Oni, who diverged from the Sarkaz heritage, they were Sarkaz that accepted a force evolution or change by an
Force
outside
evolution.
power known as the Law,
Oh,
gaining light wings and a halo, which gives them 6 like sense. This race has been in a grudging conflict with their
With
cousins, the Sarkaz, who saw the change nothing more as a traitorous move. Fallen Sancta are also a thing, which is a Sancta that has broken the rules of the law and starts to grow horns or regain horns. Now we move on to races that we aren't sure where they fit in, or if they fit in at all.
okay.
Beast Lords. These
Beast
entities
Lords.
are
Hey,
awesome
that dude
animals
look
that
cool
have
as
been
hell.
around Terra for countless eras. Some of them show peculiar
Shout out to the
abilities
Pingus.
such as immortality or teleportation.
Immortality.
Supposedly, most races in Terra have their own Beast Lord representative, but only a handful have ever been shown so far. Buromats. This is a race that you could describe as living gods or entities. They have
see.
unimaginable powers and abilities, get big as
They're in
nations,
another dimension.
they have an immunity to oripathy, even have their own space dimensional travel.
Yep.
However, it is hinted at these beings aren't from Terra, but also unsure when they arrived in the world. There are many Furomats around the world, and we only know of a few. Sami is a Furomat. Kajaragander, the protector of Kajarag, the Lifebone, seen in episode 13,
Is that a
despite being
giant
dead,
ship
still has a conscience.
that can
It's
fly?
noted that they can be killed, but they don't truly die.
Huh.
Another Furomat we know is Surta, not to be confused with
Semi-immortal.
Sarkaz Surta. This Furomat was a rival to Sami. Operators like Ling, Dusk and the siblings are all fragments of the Furomat known as Sui. Elf. Similar to other fantasy
Elf,
elves,
okay.
they are humanoid, pointed-eared race. Despite that they may have a long-lived lives, they are very weak to originium and oripathy. Unlike other races, they are very susceptible to oripathy. If an elf catches oripathy, they basically have a month to live. This makes
Sad.
elves very rare, but there are some found in Sami. It's indicated that they are descendants of a Furmat. Durin. Like the dwarves of mythology and other fantasy, this small subterranean race lives in the underground nation of Durin.
They're the
Despite their
dwarves.
size, these little ones are excellent miners, crafters, geologists,
Yep, they're the
and very
dwarves.
heavy drinkers.
They are the
Durans
dwarves.
are a fairly peaceful race, as they live in an underground utopia compared to the other races above. However, some brave or adventurous or even bored Duran will adventure above ground. Last but not least, we are going to be talking about is you. Yes, you, the Doctor.
Oh,
The Doctor belongs to a race
Me?
known as the First Civilization, another non-native
Humans.
race that arrived on Terra more than 13,000 years ago.
damn.
You could say that they used Terra as an experimental ground, while also planning to protect civilization from a certain threat.
They're from a different planet.
Unfortunately, this civilization may be responsible for the majority of the greatest threats on Terra.
Sounds about
This
right.
race faced a great threat from beyond, leaving you, the Doctor, the last known surviving person of its kind on Terra. It is unknown if there are more out there. Trevor Friston is one of the Doctor's race. Prior to him becoming a preserver, we may know of
An
one
AI?
more, and that is Priestess. However, we don't know if this individual has good or bad intention. There are many hidden dangers and threats within and out of the supercontinent of Terra, lurking in the sea or even the stars. If not handled carefully, it might result in the end of Terra. Here in this section, we will discuss
The
the most
threats.
prominent
Okay.
ones that we know of. Seaborn. They are one of the growing threats in Terra. As their name suggests, they came from the deep ocean, plaguing the nations of Aegir underwater and Iberia on land. Their evolutionary rates are extremely fast, enabling them to
they keep
adapt to
evolving.
all sorts of things and simulate
no.
everything around them. Their colonies are connected by a hive mind.
Simulation.
A cult
and
known
a
as the
hive
Church
mind?
of the Deep
Oh,
are supporting the spread of the Seaborn. Collapsals. They are best described
Damn.
as extra-dimensional entities originating
Damn.
from an unknown dimension.
Okay, so on one half you have a big army of ever evolving hive mind species that wants to take everything and consume it as itself. And on the other end, you got extra dimensional threats. Bro, I mean, this planet honestly, it sounds like it's screwed, but I do have hope because you do have all these other animal type races that are powerful within themselves, but if they came as a collective, they'd be damn near unstoppable. On top of all the mythical beings you also have, and all the other type of extra dimensional type of beings that apparently can be on your side. I ain't gonna lie, this is like a giant game of mythical chess with a bunch of woo-woo shenanigans from space and the ocean, bro. This is insane. Absolutely
They are referred to as
insane.
demons by other Terrans and
I
possess
see.
an ability to corrupt other beings.
Even demons call them
Collapsals
demons. That's
originated
crazy.
from two different places: a mystery gate in the infinite ice fields and the phone.
We got space travel too, hey.
Simply knowing their name is hazardous.
Oh.
Hence why any form of knowledge about them is heavily suppressed by the Terran nations. The Observer. We currently know nothing about this godlike being.
Esoterics.
It is shrouded in mystery.
The Observer.
And Terra is currently hidden from its sight.
Oh.
For now.
Huh?
The only thing we do know, it was a reason that the first civilization has gone from Terra, and that they had to build a fake sky to hide Terra from its sight.
Oh, wow.
Another thing we do know is that it wants Terra, and it's coming whenever the races of Terra and you like it or not. And that is where we come to the end of the.
And then you have the Reapers. Actually, the Observer sounds like it's just Yahweh on steroids, and it's coming regardless if you wanted to or not.
video.
Damn,
I
that's
hope you
crazy.
enjoyed this video, found it helpful if you're a player or someone interested in the lore. If you wish to know more about a certain nation, race, or
That's
anything
insane.
within the Arknights universe, don't hesitate to suggest it in the comments below.
If I was to suggest anything, what is the tier list of the strength of the races? Like, where would you put them in the tiers? And another video I think would be very cool would be like, what are the faction relationships? So like, put it on screen, who's cool with who and who's not cool with who, why, and also put like, what is a way for them to get along? Because apparently there's some extra dimensional, extra terrestrial, extra threats, bro. That's it, bro. Like, this whole place is potentially screwed. From the left to the right is screwed, bro. And like, I don't even know who would come out on top, to be honest. So for sure, those would be cool videos, for sure. Oh, those videos might already exist, so let me know. Or Shout out to the Discord. You guys already linked this video. Link some more videos that explain what the heck is going on. There are a couple Arknight videos here. So yeah, there's the Cosmic Horror videos, the Demons Explain. Appreciate you. And then there's Aura Farmers. So yeah. All right, it's your boy Kunshan. Thank you guys for watching. We've got more Arknights coming soon. I appreciate you guys' support with the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.